Hi guys, it's your boy Boston, keeping it real in my mom's living room on my floral couch that I'm always on. Well, it's actually not mine, it's hers, but she lets me sit on it. You know, I just keep it real with my folks, and today I'm here with another dude that he keeps it real too. His name's Jason Gaddy, and he's going to tell you his thoughts on me not doing steroids anymore. So, Jason, thank you for being here. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Would you like to sit on my mom's floral couch next to me? I'll be honest with you, dude. There's some unidentifiable stains on that couch that I can see from over here, so I'm just gonna stand on a stack of newspaper and try not to fucking touch nothing in this house, if that's cool with you. Okay, well, how about I just let you take over from here? So without any further ado, here's my buddy Jason. What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Jason Gaddy. So, worst impersonation of anybody on a freaking planet is me doing Boston Lloyd, but it kind of gets my point across, and the point of the whole video is I don't really understand what makes people like attracted to him, like draw to him, especially in the bodybuilding industry. You know, if I told you, hey, listen, I'm going to go to Florida, like I live in, for all intents and purposes, Louisville, Kentucky, right? I live in Louisville, and I'm going to go to my favorite place on the planet right now is Daytona Beach, Florida. Okay, so that's where I'm going to go. But let's say I've never been before, okay? Now, would I ask somebody how to get to Daytona Beach, Florida, that lives in, I don't know, Oregon State, and the only place they've ever been to is California? You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't, it wouldn't make sense. Like, you know, yeah, I could just, you know, boss, I could just Google it, or, you know, put it in my GPS. I'm talking about, like, if you just wanted, like, somebody that could tell you how to get there, you know, like wherever you're going in life, you know, would you ask somebody that's never been where you're trying to be? Or would you ask somebody that's trying to get where you're trying to be? Or would you ask somebody that has not only been where you try to be, but freaking lives there, thrives there, and moonwalks across the motherfucker on a daily? You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't understand what the big draw is to Boston Lloyd as far as like in the bodybuilding industry. You know, it's like watching Rain Man, you know, have a conversation with himself. You all have seen the movie Rain Man, right? Dustin Hoffman and Tom Centertooth Cruise. You know, it's like watching a fucking 15-minute video with that guy. He is the most monotone motherfucker on the planet. And I just don't get it. I mean, you know, I guess he's a decent enough looking kid, but like as far as bodybuilding goes, he's really not accomplished a whole lot. He's been on stage, but Jason Genova's been on stage. And I got, like I said, man, that dude has got a gang of heart. And I think the Black Skull, he might be sponsored by now. I don't know. But I got nothing against the dude. But he also doesn't look like any kind of a bodybuilder that you typically see. And he's working on it. He's made some serious gains. I am pretty impressed by what he's done. But, you know, anybody could step on stage. Big Lenny steps on stage. I promise you, I pay my $15 or whatever it is to get on stage. I could get on stage. You could be 80% body fat, and they could wheel your ass out on stage in a fucking wheelchair or a wheelbarrow, you know. So, and if you're the only person in your fucking class, then you're going to win. Or do well anyways, you know. It's like, you know, it's you and this other guy. One of y'all is getting second. So, you know, I just, like, I don't get it. He's not been, like, if I wanted to be a pro bodybuilder, I would not go to Boston Lloyd's channel and say, okay, get out the pen and the paper. We're going to start jotting some information down. Oh, okay, I need to inject 3 cc's of shit in my ass every other fucking day. Sounds good to me. And, you know, it just doesn't make sense, you know. Like, there's so many people that have been, and this is true, like, across the board. Like, if you want to be a millionaire, You know, do you ask your buddy that works the fucking cash register at Taco Bell, whose mom and dad also worked the cash register at Taco Bell, and their grandparents or their parents were on disability, but when they weren't, they were cashiers at Taco Bell? And there's nothing against Taco Bell employees or nothing. Anybody that's working, I'm fucking down, right? But chances are they're not going to be millionaires, and, you know, they're not going to be able to tell you how to become a millionaire. I'm sure they got plenty of ideas, but the road to get there is not one that they've traveled down. So to go to Boston Lloyd and be like, yo, dog, I need you to know first 3 things you would do if you were me right now, just looking at me, to become a bodybuilder. You know, it's kind of like, you know, this guy's lightsaber here, Obi-Wan's lightsaber. It just ain't gonna cut it, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be a bodybuilder, by God, follow bodybuilder, like for real body, somebody that's done something. Like, I'm gonna go back to this. You know, I like Lee Priest. I like Lee Priest a lot. I've been following Lee Priest forever. My first go around through lifting weights and whatever, you know, if he was in anything, I would get it and see what he did. Come to find out later, like, somebody else wrote all the articles or whatever, but I was like, well, fuck, I want arms like that dude. You know what I'm saying? So I try to follow him. And, but Lee Priest is a good dude, like, to ask advice from, because he's been a lot of places and done a lot of things. No, he's not Mr. Olympia, but he's won a hell of a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And he's somebody, like, honestly, and Lee's probably, if Lee ever watches this, he's gonna be like, I can't believe this motherfucker's talking about me, because he just, I just chewed Lee's ass about a week ago about those swole clock watches. I told him that they all look the same, and he flipped the fuck out. If you all, if you all go to Lee Priest Instagram, and it's like, it's a picture of, like, I think it's a silver swole clock watch or whatever. You can go down through there and read that, and like all his, like, people are like, wow, Lee, you really showed him. And then I broke it all down after he called me a know-nothing fuckwit, and he didn't respond to that. Of course, you can't really respond when you're sitting there looking like a fool with your pants in the ground. But so anyway, but I would ask Lee Priest, you know, because I have contacted Lee Priest, like I said, and he'll be like, hey man, you know, when you're prepping for a show, how much cardio do you do? Well, you know, some of these bro science motherfuckers are like, you don't want to do fucking cardio, man. You're going to lose all your gains and shit. And Lee Priest is doing 3 hours of cardio a day. Well, who do I want to look more like? Your buddy that's the bro science motherfucker, or Lee Priest when I go step on stage? You know what I'm saying? Like I went to the Arnold, okay, and I've got a lot of followers, so if you're watching this, you probably are on my channel because of my Chaos at the Arnold video, right? And I met a lot of people, and I got news for you. They were all really fucking down to earth. I can promise you, if I'd have said Rich was Mr. California, if I would, Rich would have talked to me as long as I want to talk to him, because I waited my time in line, ask him whatever you want, and roll. You know what I'm saying? But if I'd have said to Rich, hey Rich, listen dude, just looking at my body makeup right now, I want to be a pro bodybuilder. What's the first 3 things that I need to do? And I'm sure Rich would say, well, you know, first I would do this, then I would do that, and then I would do that. You know, and yeah, Rich may not have ever been Mr. Olympia, but he's been Mr. California, so I know that the information that's in his head can get me to Mr. California, which is a big fucking deal, right? No, it's not the Olympia, it's not, you know, whatever, but it's pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? Jay Cutler was at the Arnold, and he had a huge line too. But people are asking Jay Cutler questions, and he's answering them. You know what I mean? Like, you could go up to Jay Cutler at the Arnold or whatever expo that he's at, you know, wait in line. If you ask him, man, can I just real quick, dude, top of your head, you know, and he's been doing this shit a while. Like, top of your head, man, what's the first 3 things you think I should do at this point? You know what I mean? He would tell you. And Jay Cutler's been some fucking places, man. You know, what's it, Ronnie Coleman? I'm sure he would do the same thing. Like, all these guys they're all just down to earth as shit. And so are the people that they're with. They're like not stuck up. They're just, it's like talking to your neighbor next door, except for they could pick up a Buick. You know what I'm saying? So those are the people you want to shoot for, to ask. Like, if you want to be like a serious bodybuilder, you don't go ask the guy that's, you know, world famous for, you know, creating a bunch of drama on YouTube and then dropping it off YouTube completely forever. Like, the video I put up a few months ago, I took it down, had some wrong information on there, but at the time, I pulled up my Social Blades account, and I photocopied, or screenshot it rather, and I pulled up Boston Lloyd's and screenshot it, and like, I've got 700 and something subscribers now, and I think I had 600 back then, and at that time, with him having 80,000 people subscribe to his channel, I was pulling in like $1,000 more a year, which, you know, let's not kid each other. It was like according to them, it was like $3,000 a year or some shit. From, I don't know, the swing is broad. It's like from 200 to 3,000 or some shit like that, you know. And his wasn't even that, you know. And it's just because he doesn't do a whole lot of social shit. And so I don't get why. Like, at the time, Dave Palumbo, and everybody knows Dave, had the same amount of subscribers ish. You know, it was within 10,000 of Boston's. And he was making like 50 or 60 G's a year on his YouTube account. You know, Boston's making like, at one point, I pulled it up before that, and it was like, he hasn't made anything this year. So, you know, but I pulled it up later on, and it was the same amount of subscribers. It was like, man, it was like $1,200 a year or some shit like that. It's just, there's so much more he could be doing, but like, he's just doesn't have a lot to say, you know, kind of like me. I'm just kidding. I got plenty to say. But, and there's going to be like people out there be like, Jason, yeah, but you know what, dude, Boston Lloyd looks way better than you. You know what, man? So the fuck what? Everybody looks better than me. But my point is if I wanted to look different than this, and, you know, I've got fucking, you all that have followed me for a while know, I just had ankle surgery. So I'm off 6 weeks for that shit, 5 more now. And I busted my wrist up pretty good doing a video clip from an Instagram channel. So, you know, I'm pretty much dead in the water right now. So, but, you know, when I get up and running again, don't think for a hot fucking second, even though I've got it, it really was funny, the thing with Lee Priest. Even though I got into it with Lee Priest, don't think I wouldn't shoot him a message like, hey dude, listen, I need to drop body fat like now. You know, what 3 things would you do, like when you were your heaviest? What did you do, or what would you, like, in retrospect, have done to drop the weight? You know what I'm saying? I would ask him. And I'm sure that he wouldn't go, well, you need to pay my $3,500 plan or whatever. He'd probably just say, oh, dude, all you got to do is, you know, XYZ, ABC, whatever. And BBD, the East Coast family. But some of you young kids don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, but like, these people will tell you. Like, if you ask somebody, dude, how do I get where you are? Like, even a millionaire, what topic are you the best at talking about? Yourself, right? Like, you know yourself better than anybody, right? So it'd be really easy for you to say, oh, well, this is what I did, and that's what I did, and whatever, you know. And like, there's only one problem I have with people that have been one place and then arrive at another, like, better place, or perceivably better, you know. And that's the people that, well, kids nowadays can't do what I do, whatever. Don't let anybody ever tell you that shit. I had a boss that did that. You know, I was delivering west end of the area called Portland in Louisville, and we were talking about the kids down there, you know, and he's like, you know, kids nowadays, you know, just have it, or kids don't have a chance. They don't this, that, and the other. And, you know, I've got a gang of friends who, like, all their family grew up in this area and have all come out. And I know people that live down there that get out of there. You know what I mean? And I told the dude, I was like, well, man, I don't understand what you're saying. People can't get out, you know? And he's like, well, there's just no chance. There's no whatever. And this guy, like, he wasn't the most brilliant person in the world, but, like, he had to drive to get where he needed to be. And I don't think he realized that people don't have the drive where they need to be. So I said to him, I said, well, you know, then how the hell did you do it? You know, you got a $800,000 house right now, living on the good end of Louisville, and you came from there, you know, so why can't whatever? So that's my only problem, like, with people that have been in a certain place. Not all of them do that, but there are going to be some that'll just flat out tell you, I'm sorry, you can't. You just can't. The opportunities just aren't there, and that's horseshit. There's more opportunities nowadays to make money and advance and whatever than there ever was. For fuck's sake, goddamn BOSTIN LOYD hasn't fucking... He ain't no Mr. Olympia. He ain't no Mr. California. So, and he does quite well. Well, if he wanted to, he could do quite well on YouTube, because he's got the following. So, I don't know. So anyways, him getting off steroids really doesn't change my life at all. I couldn't give a shit. Like, I don't follow him. I don't look for his advice on bodybuilding at all, because he's not been where I would want to be. So, you know, that's my take on it, man. You know, if you want to be somewhere in life, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a fucking dude, even if you want to be like the cashier at fucking Taco Bell, doesn't matter. If you want to know how to do it the best, you ask the person that's been doing it, doing what you want to do, what you need to do to get there. Because there's going to be people that are going to tell you, I'm sorry, man, you just can't be no bodybuilder, or you just can't be a doctor, a lawyer, a fucking cop. You know, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to get shot at, you're going to get, you know, if you're a firefighter, you're going to burn to death, you're going to do all this other shit. And these people don't know. They've never done it. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it, man. Always figure out who to ask by what they've done, not somebody that, like Boston, that's trying to be something and is unsuccessful at it. You know, he's got, as far as, like I said, viewers and whatever, he's got plenty of viewers, followers and shit, but, you know, the advice he gives, I mean, it's gotten him where he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to get where he is, and that's to no longer be a bodybuilder competitor. So there you go. Anyway, but I do wish him luck on having a family. I understand that I want to say he has some kind of research company that he deals with. You know, he needs to get the fuck away from that shit. If the information I got on that's right, he needs to get far, far away from that shit. Ask Richard Rodriguez about that. It will get you into the federal license plate factory faster than you can fucking shake your head. But all right, well, y'all have a great fucking day, man. Get out there to the gym and get you some. Get motivated, you know. Don't be all limp dicky like Obi-Wan here and fucking sit on the side of the couch, nasty old fucking stand-up couch in your living room watching YouTube and not ever do nothing. Fucking get out there and do something today, man. Get out there and get you some. Be productive. Take one step further down the journey that you want to go, but get direction from somebody that's been there. You know, Boston he's not been there, you know, and you know, some of the advice that people are given now that have been there because of this thing, like, the only good thing that's come out of Boston not doing steroids anymore, well, there's two things. He's not going to tell people, man, you should be doing all these steroids, and then, like, there's people who are like, okay, this is what, like, a video just went up last night. I'm not gonna mention the dude's name. I don't know if he wants me to or not. He may not, probably didn't care, but he was like, you know, these are the fucking not caution. These are the downfall of, using that much steroids. You know, you can't fucking peptides and growth hormone. You can't fucking breathe. You can't fucking digest food right. You burp and you fucking whatever all the time, and you do this, that, and the other, and you know, there's just so much shit, and your kidneys fail and whatever. I mean, that advice, that stuff, that's great ass information, but you know, it stinks that it had to be, because that information came out rather because of what Boston put out. So, you know, if you want to end up on a good note, those are the two good things. Boston's going to quit telling kids to put shit in their ass, and advice has come out, you know, as to why using that much shit will fuck your world up. All right, have a great fucking day, and get you some.